welcome back to Beyond the Sky podcast. It is your host, Nathali Kabongo, and I'm back today with another spooky, scary tale to tell you guys. This scary story is based in Africa, and it is a scary story concerning the Marine Kingdom. So if you guys don't know the Marine Kingdom, it is a kingdom that is based and its foundation is under the water. And there's a lot of demonical operations that goes through that evil kingdom. And this is a scary story of how a woman who basically couldn't have children trusted this kingdom, but this led her to her demise. So the person who told us this story, her name is Sophie, but this is concerning her aunt, Mary. So Mary and her husband, they fell in love and they got married, and they were lovely together as a couple, and everything was going well for them. But the one thing that kept bothering them was the fact that they couldn't bear children. Years after years of medical treatments and going from religion to another religion, they simply just couldn't have children. And the mother of her husband, basically her mother-in-law, started to, bicker, around the village and how she couldn't bear children. How her daughter-in-law, Mary, couldn't give them children or granddaughters. So one night, after a nice familial gathering, the mother-in-law said a hurtful comment that really hurt Mary, to the point where Mary, in her head, she said, "Enough is enough. I really need to find a way, the quickest way, to give a child to my husband and for his family and my mother-in-law, for them to just shut it, because she had enough at this point." The next evening, basically the following evening, Mary left her home and she told her husband that she was going to a bar with her friends, friends again, going out and stuff like that. And her husband told her that okay, no problem, so she left. But she, instead of going to the bar, she left and went deeper in the village, where she met up with an elder. This elder was a woman, and she spoke to this woman exactly how she's feeling, how her family is basically, bashing her for not having kids, and she's been trying for years, but she couldn't have kids. This elder then proceeded to tell her, "I know exactly what you need and what exactly you need to do for you to have a child. In 9 months, I promise you, from today's date, in 9 months, you will have a kid." And as you can imagine, Mary was super, super excited and shocked, oh my gosh, is there really a way for me to have children? However, this is where things kind of go left. The elder tells Mary that there is a way, but you need to give yourself to the Marine Kingdom, to the spirits of the sea. You need to do rituals and sacrifices, and me, including the other elders who are part of this kingdom, will help you make this ritual and you will have a child. And Mary didn't think twice. Literally, right after she said that, Mary agreed. She said, "You know what? I'll do it. I don't care. I will do the ritual in order for me to go ahead and have a child." So ever since that meetup they had, Mary and the elder and her community of witches every single night would go to the beach near the sea, near the water, and do rituals to please the gods that was under the sea, and to request for them to give Mary a child. After 3 weeks of them going to the beach every single night and then doing the ritual, Mary was now pregnant. And after 9 months, Mary gave birth to her first daughter. Her daughter was very beautiful, but her daughter had a really special look to her. She had one eye was blue, but a very beautiful child, and her mother-in-law was super happy and brought her so much gift, and she was really now honored and respected in the family, which, I don't know, I feel like even if you can't have kids, you shouldn't be degraded, right? But That's the culture. That's the culture that's pretty much alive till this day. Like, there's a lot of cultures out there where a woman who can't give birth, it's like she's useless. But that's not true, ladies. That's not true. And for the second time, she wanted to be pregnant yet again, but this time she did something very different. Instead of going to consult the elder and the witch community that were praising the gods that were under the sea, she wanted to do the ritual on her own. So she did a ritual on her own, and she did everything on her own, and it was successful because she was pregnant yet again. And she gave birth to her second daughter. 3 years after giving birth to her second daughter, and her daughter was now 3 years old, her youngest started to have like weird dreams. Her younger daughter would come up to her late at night and tell her, "Mom, I'm having dreams of my mother coming out of the sea, trying to bring me back to the water." Yeah, the youngest said that to Mary. Mary didn't like that, and she was getting really like frustrated because that was not the only time. Her younger daughter came up to her many times before and said, "Mom, I'm having dreams of my mother trying to take me back to the water." And Mary would tell her, like, I'm your mom, like, whatever you're seeing in your dream is not real. Marry me, I am your mother. But now, after a couple of weeks of her youngest seeing those dreams, now her older daughter was seeing those dreams as well. She would tell her mother exactly the same thing. "Mom, I'm starting to have dreams, like, of this lady who basically feels like my mother, trying to bring me back to the water." And this time, Mary was frustrated. She was like, there's no way that something that is under the sea is trying to take my kid. They will not take my kid. So what she did next was a bit insane. So Mary, not being tired of rituals, she decided to be in contact with another community of witches. And that elder in that other community of witches told her clearly that we're going to give you instructions and you will do those rituals on your own. There's some rituals you have to do on your own to stall that spirit or to push that spirit away that is trying to get your daughter to go back to the water. The other witch from the other community basically told her that the second time that she did a ritual to have a baby on her own, something went wrong. Yes, she did everything correctly, but she missed a step which is causing the god to kind of want to reclaim her kid back, her youngest. So the goal right now is to push away that spirit and to protect her kids. So after getting the instructions of what rituals to do, she went again to the beach. She did the rituals for the next 3 to 5 weeks. And eventually it was working. Her daughters were growing up and they no longer had dreams of their mother trying to go ahead and take them from her. After 10 years has passed, the youngest is now 13, the eldest is like 16 or 17 years old now. They both decided on a bright sunny day to go one day to the beach. Mother had no issue because she kept doing the rituals every week to push away that spirit. So she's like, you know what? They can go to the water. That spirit cannot attempt to do anything. But 3 hours goes by, 4 hours goes by. And on the 5th hour, the eldest comes back running and tells her mother, Mary, "Mom, we went to the beach and the youngest was taken away by the mother of the sea." Mary contacted both of the communities of witches who were worshipping the gods from the water kingdom, from the marine kingdom, and they did rituals upon rituals, but none of it was working. Until this day, there is a generational curse that is occurring in Sophie's family, the one who's telling us this story, of how the eldest of each, family members, like either her cousins or whatever it is, like any family that is connected to Mary's family, like the eldest daughter will always pass away and she'll always have dreams about the water. So